I tell people I'm angry all the time. I've learned to channel that anger into positive change as opposed to being destructive or it turning into actual rage.
I just felt really powerless and just couldn't live with being at the tail end of where we've messed up as a community.
We're going to the places, we're in those places, many of us are from those places that are written off, and there's such a sense of hopelessness. I think at the core of what we do is help people imagine and help people hope.
The power of a people to determine and write the story of our own future.
IAF, they are looking at the heart of the person, and then they're willing to invest in you.
My goal here is to grow you as an organizer and your ability to understand the people that you're working with. We always talk about listening in organizing. Are you listening? Have you listened to yourself?
Prior to organizing, I was a frustrated human being. I had lived a life of poverty.
I was acculturated in a neighborhood where, civics wasn't promoted.
A part of being a part of an oppressed community means you normalize, oftentimes, your pain, your grief, and your condition.
I had a student who wasn't coming to my class, but the reality was he was the breadwinner for his family, and his mom expected him to be out on the streets. And in that moment, I realized all the English that I was teaching was for naught.
What organizing has allowed me to do is to see beyond all of that, to see what is possible, and to know what it is to fight and how to win.
Our request is that you work with Bill to create 15,000 jobs over the next 4 years.
I have an announcement. We won.
The IAF imagines what others deem impossible and builds the power to make it happen. The IAF fought for and won state-level universal health care, the blueprint for federal expansion. 7,000 Nehemiah homes creating $2.5 billion in wealth for first-time Black and brown homeowners. $2 trillion for new schools, rec centers, libraries, affordable homes, and clean water. The first U.S. living wage laws, sparking national and international movements.
This organization came about because of organizing from the ground up. Saul Alinsky started doing this work and actually formed the IAF in 1940.
Alinsky's goal was to bring power back to the people by organizing groups from different faiths and races to stand up to local leaders who were ignoring their plight. His grassroots strategies influenced social movements from civil rights to labor rights.
One of the things that he said is that to do this work, to be an organizer, to be a leader, you have to love people.
If you want to help a community find a way to solve what is impacting them, so you really need to love them.
I think what makes a good organizer is curiosity, imagination, and anger.
I feel like through this work, the things that I've been through for a purpose, right? To have an organization say, no, those things that you've been through has actually made you the person who you are, and we value that.
Yeah.
And get paid to do that, right?
Yeah. No one has invested in my development ever in the way IAF did.
The IAF is allowing me to take risks that I wouldn't have taken otherwise as I'm exploring and going into really rural places. Through the IAF, I can keep stretching myself in bigger arenas.
We're nonpartisan, and that's really important in a world of politics and tribalism and being associated with one mode of thinking. We're nonpartisan. We don't have any political ideology.
In these type of communities, there is no sugarcoating, there is no, trying to pull the wool over people's eyes, and I directly talk to them about power. From people kind of feeling like they have no power. But as you have the conversation, lets them understand that they do have power, and there is power and strength in organized people and organized money.
I went to the first clergy meeting. Catholics, Jewish, Muslim, Baptist, and all kind of other denominations were there sitting and talking about the things. Not the difference, but what is similar, but they really care about their communities.
IAF is the hope for democracy. We learn to work together and work through our differences to discover our collective self-interest. There's nothing like it in America right now.
Change that starts with you. Join the next generation of IAF organizers. Learn more today.
We are here like we have been for the last 40 years and for the next 40 years.